So I suppose Election Day is too gentle a term for the taxpayers of Brighton or the people calling for more transparency from the Aurora Police Department.
For them, this is Judgment Day, and it kicks off in earnest when polls close about an hour from now.
We are starting tonight with Aurora PD, a department that in just the last few weeks has been accused of shooting and wounding a man without proper warning. And for the death of Elijah McClain, a 23-year-old man who had a heart attack after a violent arrest. Officers were checking out a report of a suspicious person and insist McClain resisted. McClain's family will tell you his only crime was being anemic and for wearing a ski mask to stay warm.
And just today, the police chief fired back at a Denver Post editorial writer for saying the department needed a shakeup. But the chief is retiring. And this evening, Aurora could elect leaders with a different approach to law enforcement than the one we've seen in the past years.
Denver 7's Megan Lopez begins tonight's coverage with how your vote could shape policing. Megan?
Ann and Shannon, today's election in Aurora is a very important one. It comes at a time when two different newspapers' editorial boards, those being the Denver Post and the Aurora Sentinel, called for change in the city and in the city's police department. But before tonight's votes are cast and counted, last night protesters actually disrupted the city council meeting in an effort to have their voices heard one last time.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
At the Aurora City Council meeting Monday, a final chance for protesters to speak up to the current city council.
They want to get to business as usual.
A meeting that started much like any other,
We must love and support one another.
but was shut down and moved when things got rowdy.
It is our duty to win.
Demonstrators demanding transparency and accountability for Elijah McClain.
We're trying to get the body cams. The 3 police officers involved, we want them held accountable.
The 23-year-old's death is still under investigation by the district attorney's office. The officers involved were allowed to return to full duty. All of this unfolding as voters head to the polls to pick the next mayor and 5 of the 10 city council seats.
We have the chance to flip the council so that it's more reflective of what the community is actually wanting.
And as the city searches for a new police chief.
We're just ready for that next chief to step it up, raise the bar.
But even before this election,
it's absolutely time.
A push for more independent oversight by a councilwoman whose seat isn't up for grabs.
Basically to have an external process. Currently we have an internal process to review different situations that come up with Aurora Police Department.
That proposed process still requires a vote by the new city council. That's why
November 5th is really critical.
Even if it eventually passes, though, it won't help Elijah McClain's case. But the protesters say it could make a difference in how reviews of Aurora police are handled in the future.
I think for our community, Elijah was like the Emmett Till of the past. Elijah being the catalyst for this movement should bring about big change for Aurora.
Now, no one from the city or the police department agreed to go on camera with us today for an interview or even provide us a statement. It is election day, so things are busy. Now, the city council did vote 6-4 last night to go ahead and suspend all public comment if those protesters return during the November 18th meeting and if they try to disrupt it again. The polls here close at 7. I'm live. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
And certainly a lot at stake tonight. Thank you, Megan.